Hello y'all, and welcome back. Every time I sit down to film, I tell myself it's not going to be a tutorial today. We're going to do something different. It's going to be really cool, something we haven't done before, and guess what? I end up doing another tutorial. The same can be said for today. I found the coolest look on Instagram the other night, and I will put it right here so you guys can get a better look at it. But I don't know, I don't think that's the original look. I've been seeing looks like this go around for a little bit, and I don't know who did the original look, but I will credit the ones that I've seen down in the description box below, so you guys can check them out too if you want. But I just thought that since I've been trying to push boundaries lately, I've been trying to step outside my comfort zone, that this would be a good place to continue. If you notice, this look has a lot of elements that I'm not going to say that I've mastered because I definitely haven't, but ones that I have definitely gotten much better at, over the course of the last so many videos. Now, there are a bunch of colors that I'm not used to using, and it's a little bit loud. So, there's enough to kind of keep me pushing myself without feeling like completely overwhelmed with something new, And I did not have the palettes or anything basically that this girl did, so just wait. These are all the palettes that I pulled out to make this happen. I don't actually know if I'm going to need them all or not. I just know that the colors that I was looking for are in these palettes. And I also have a ColourPop shadow, but I mean, what's one more shadow on top of like 300, right? I went through almost literally every palette, single shadow that I own, and for some reason I really don't own any purples. I don't know if that was intentional or just like a color that I overlooked, but I really don't have any. So we're going to try to just make this my own. We're going to kind of put my own spin on it since I don't have any purples. So instead, we're going to go ahead and start out with the Blood Sugar palette. If you're looking for bright colors, if you're looking for something intense and really pigmented, I can't say enough good things about this. Like I said, I think in my video that I did on it, the original review, which I'll put in the eye here if you're interested, is that it's just like super embarrassing to say some of these shade names on camera. Much like the look that I showed you guys, I'm going to start out with a bright pink base. So instead of starting out with like a nice brown transition shade, we're just going straight in with this hot ass pink. So we're going to go into the Blood Sugar palette and we're going to take this shade right here called Cavity, and little by little we're going to work this into the crease and then just above the crease so we can still see this color once everything else is applied. So I like to start slow with these, especially because they are just so pigmented and there's not a lot of fallout, but if you're not careful you'll just get this shade like all over your eye because that's just how well it blends. I've finished with the pink shade and I'm really liking how, I don't know, I just feel like I'm gonna like how it's looking right now, even though I've only got like the one shade down. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and continue with the Blood Sugar palette and take the very last shade here called Coma. This is more of a deep burgundy, but like I said, I don't really own a lot of purple for whatever reason. So we're gonna go this route instead. So let me dip in to this shade, and I'm gonna start this shade kind of here in the outer corner and then blend it up into the crease. We want most of this shade to really be focused in the corner and the deepest parts of the crease. And just remember to leave that first brush that you use for the bright pink shade available in case we need to do some blending after this, because you never know. You never know when you're going to need the blend. Now, I am filming this before my Thursday live stream, so I'm asking this question with the hope that some of y'all might have seen it. So, do you guys like, when I live stream? Do you want to see more? Are there certain topics you want to talk about? I know Thursdays was a little different because, you know, sometimes people do video games, sometimes they just talk. I don't know, I just felt like talking about something that people don't normally talk about. So let me know if you watched it in the comments below, and let me know if that's something that you like, you know, you want to see more of, or what you do want to see more of, if that, you know, if that's not it. And because, much like Sherlock, if you guys like that show, I personally love it. I just can't resist a touch of the dramatic with this look. So I'm going to go into the Kat Von D Metal Matte palette, because this one here I know for sure has like a badass black shade right here. So I'm going to take a little bit of this, and we're going to pat that just in the outer V to deepen it up just a smidge. So just a little bit right here. I just want a little more depth there because I don't have a purple. Maybe this will like purplify it a little bit. It'll look purple instead of burgundy. I don't know. Now that the black is down, I'm going to go back in with the same brush that I used for that really dark burgundy shade and just kind of feather out these edges a little bit, because I don't want it really harsh. I just wanted a little more dimension, since those first two shades blended together a little too well. Now comes the fun part. We're going to go in with my concealer like usual, and I'm going to cut about halfway on my lid from the inner corner to the center. So we're going to put some of this concealer on the back of my hand. I'm really going to take my time with this, because since this look is so bold, everything really needs to look crisp and clean for it to kind of all come together. So I'm going to go ahead, cut my lid halfway. Also, do you guys want a tutorial on this, like cutting your crease, especially if you have really deep set eyes? Because I'm gonna admit I'm not like great at it or anything, but I have kind of figured out, you know, what works for me and what doesn't. So if you guys do want a tutorial on this, let me know in the comments below. I will do my best. Now that my crease is cut about halfway, I looked through all these shades again, and I really think the one that I want to go with is this ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in Telepathy. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up, and I'm actually taking a ColourPop brush. It's a little pointed brush. I'm going to run the brush in the shadow, and I'm going to start packing this shade just on the areas that I cut with the concealer. Never mind. Fingers just work better with Super Shock shadows. It's awesome and super frustrating at the same time, because my fingers are not precise like a brush is. So I'm gonna have to go back in with a brush and like clean up the edges. Oh, see, look how much better that is already. Jeez. And using a combination of the brush I used for that burgundy shade and my finger, I'm going to go back in here and just try to clean up these edges a bit. The last step for the lids is adding a little bit of black liner, and I guess I'll just go ahead and put on my face makeup, and I'll be right back with you guys. Guys, I have literally been trying to film for like the past 10 minutes, and someone has parked an ice cream truck right outside the window. Anyway, so you guys may get hungry throughout the rest of this video, because there is still an ice cream truck outside. Before we get started on the lower lash line, I want to line the lower waterline with my NYX Faux Black pencil in Black Hole. This is basically just like a really deep purple, and I thought that it would complement this look really well. Alright, with that done, we can go back into the Blood Sugar palette and basically do what we did on the lid, on the lower lash line, minus like the shiny bits. So taking a very, very tiny pencil brush, I'm going to go back into Coma, which was the darkest shade that we used, and I'm going to put the shade just under the lower lash line. Like, I want to keep it really, really close, so we can blend everything out with the really bright pink shade in just a second. Okay, and now we're going to go back into Cavity, and I actually have a brush that already has a little bit of this pink left on it from, I don't know, some other look that I did, I guess. So I'm just going to take a little teensy bit of the shade and gently feather out that darker shade and then kind of blend this into the outer corner here so everything is tied together. It looks like one seamless look. And then going back into that Metal Matte palette, I'm going to take a little bit more of Jet and just keep this in the very outer corner so we have that same depth that we have on the lid. For my brow bone highlight, I think I'm going to try to go bold for this, and I went into the ABH Subculture palette, and I'm going to go into this one here called Electric, and let's gently run this up here, the brow bone. And lastly, for the inner corner, I'm going to take a very tiny little flat brush and wet it and go back into the Subculture palette and take this first shade here called Cube. I think this was my favorite shade in the entire palette. And I'm just going to pack this on here in the inner corner. I just love how it's like this really beautiful, like holographic pink. Lashes are on, mascara is done, lips are done, and the look is complete. For my lips, I used my tried and true ColourPop Ultra Glossy Lip in Finders Keepers, and I cannot tell you how happy I am that this look came out as well as it did. Oh my gosh. I have just been struggling lately because I think I'm trying to push too far, like too much at once. And the last couple of looks I've done, like I've liked them, but I haven't really liked them. And I really like this one. I think this is super fun. I love it. Again, credit goes to the original ones that I saw on Instagram. I don't know if they, got it from someone else, but like I said earlier, I'll have those ones down below. So if you guys want to view them, you can. They also have some really amazing other looks on their pages, so check them out. But I'm just really glad that this turned out it turned out like something. I hope you guys did enjoy this as much as I did, and if you did, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button either down below or up here in the corner before you leave. I hope you guys are having an awesome weekend. Happy Father's Day to all of the fathers out there, and I will catch you guys in my next video. See you next time.